And really this, I think, is the way that we have to think about the conditions that we're living in right now. And that's this idea of exponential times. So a couple of examples of what I mean by that. The first is this chart by the futurist Ray Kurzweil. He's a scientist at MIT who has been studying trends, and he's done this amazing work around how technology curves accelerate over time. So this diagram shows, based on his research, that, again, it's quite fascinating, that our ability to solve problems according to Moore's law is accelerating. And so where by 2020 it's projected that $1,000 will buy you enough computing power to replicate the capabilities of one human brain, by 2050 the same $1,000 will buy you the same computing capacity, the equivalent of all human brains. So my laptop will be essentially the equivalent of humanity's problem-solving capabilities by 2050. And he plots this out in quite a measured, logical way. What's interesting and exciting about that phenomenon is things like this. This is the work of Clay Shirky, the technology author, who shows this graph where what you see on the left is the total time represented by US adults watching television over the course of 1 year. It's 200 billion hours. The small little square in the corner is the amount of time it took to build all of Wikipedia, and that's 100 million hours. So you can see, I mean, when I look at this diagram, what I see is potential. And I know that this is what we can do with 100 million hours of people doing something. If we can get 2% of that 200 billion hours into production, then the things are going to change pretty quickly. This is the work of an artist named Chris Jordan. This depicts the names of 1 million organizations around the world that are devoted to peace, environmental stewardship, social justice, and the preservation of diverse and indigenous culture. And we hear 1 million. 1 million actually seems like a small number these days. You know, we talk in terms of billions now. The reality is that even 1 million is a pretty colossal and phenomenal number. And you can see now when you start to zoom into this thing that each one of those strands is a name of one organization. And so how do you get your head around that? I mean, it's shocking in a lot of ways that this is only 1 million. I'll play that just one more time so you can see it. That's 1 million names. So imagine what 1 billion looks like. And each one of these strands you saw represents an organization, not just one person. In some cases it is a person, but in a lot of cases it's an organization that's working on improving the world. So that's 1 million only, which is, by the way, Paul Hawken estimates that is about the number of people that are doing this around the world right now. And for me, again, if we can tap into that 200 billion hours you saw on the last slide, then this becomes an exponential effect.